What did you say? Oh my god, you're a cheater. All right. Hello, can you hear me? Does it work? All right. Cool. So I'm just gonna get some music set up on my earbuds. We're gonna be working with the t-shirt paint today, so we have a little bit higher pressure. So I'm not trying to muddy the mic like too much, because it's gonna get loud if you're on headphones. All right. So first things first, today we have these test batches of Createx airbrush colors. Let's see this way. So we're gonna try these out. So I have to switch out my colors I have for some of this. Now we can get this flowing through, see what it's like. Shout out to Dennis over at Createx for sending that over. So let me get this emptied out. I don't have an empty one. Okay. We got the black and the white, so we'll do that to the white as well. What's up, Olin White? How's it going? What's up, 1026 Studios? Let's get some of the black in here. What's up, Melodious Melodies? Yep. Thank you. I'm glad you're practicing your dagger strokes. That's the way to do it. Literally, dagger strokes will solve all your problems. I don't know about having the best dagger strokes, but I try my best. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate you. Gee, when was the last time I did a dagger strokes video now? Now I'm thinking. Maybe I have to make a new one. New dagger strokes video. I already have some videos in mind. I'm just have to make time right now. Alright, so I got the black in there. Let me get some white. What's up, Brian Keller? How's it going? And I don't know why that camera's being freaky, but it is. I try to fix it, but I don't know what's wrong with it. You know, let's see. That That doesn't look right at all. There you go. Oh, there you go. That's better. Yeah, it's not glitching out. Cool. So we get the white loaded in. When he first said he was going to send these over, I actually thought they were wicked, like the wicked colors, but this is actually the original colors. It's like, ooh, 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 I did not know. But so we have this Create texture. What's up, Air Todd? How's it going? So this is my Create texture. I'm gonna be wearing this. Um, so we're going up to Sturgis. My first time ever going, and we're actually going because we're gonna be attending the Flying Pistons and Gnarly Magazine breakfast there. So we're gonna be there for that. And I want to wear my Create Tech shirt, but I can't just wear a Create Tech shirt just normal. So I want this. I just want a little bit of smoke around this. Not too crazy, nothing too fancy. I just want some smoke trailing off, around up, kind of going around my neck. Nothing too crazy, but make it look good. So we're gonna do that. But I don't want to get any overspray on the logo at all, so we're gonna cut that out. And hopefully we can get this cut, not cut in the shirt. So yeah, I got this shirt. I'm gonna do the front. We're gonna do some fire on the back of the shirt, and then I have my wife's shirt. She wants one of the heart designs that we sell, just with a little twist. And then I also have some iron-on stuff that we're gonna be adding on over the top of this. How do you get a Create Tech shirt? I've looked online and can't find them. Check it out real quick. I'm gonna literally open up another tab real quick. I'm gonna type Createx logo shirt. There it is right there. 4807 Createx logo t-shirt in stock right now. Let me toss y'all the link. Post. And there it is. Anyway, if you want to get yourself one of the shirts, that's where you could get a shirt right there in the chat. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and grab our white here. And I have, out of my Use a new blade and hold your breath while cutting. Yeah, for sure. Make sure not to press too hard at all. And you just want to lightly run that blade along the edge. Especially on the Pro Mask, it cuts real easy, so it's not too bad. But on the Fire Stencil, off the mikesbrush.com or the mikesairbrush.com, the second largest, like not the bigger, there's a bigger one and there's a smaller one. The middle one for smoke is kind of one of my favorite ones because it has all of these zigzags. So we're going to take some of this and we're going to just start layering our smoke. And we did just switch off to the test batch of opaque white, so please give myself a little some quick edges real quick. And then, like I said, I want it kind of going up and around the neck. Go this way. So we're going to have that. What's up, Gomez? How's it going? Cool. So this white's flowing pretty nice. Some freehands here to give it the nice soft edge, smoke. So now in order to give it some depth, I'm going to take some black. That's how you do smoke. I mean, that's pretty much it. But I'm going to give it some depth here. So we're going to take some of the black here. And we're just going to kind of run it over the white real quick. And that's going to dull up the first layer. It's going to push it back. And also, when you're layering in the black like this and you're covering that other area where you haven't laid white, the next layer of white is going to go on a little bit brighter. And it'll also be able to contrast really good with this first step. little thick. Make sure I clean off my stuff before I start saying some. Oh, this is not good, you know. Oh, sure. Look at the focus is going all over the place. Hold on. Ah, focus. Okay. All right. Sorry, yeah, that's the focus is going all over. All right. You should do your name in smoke letters. Um, well, the the thing that goes on the back says the mic's airbrush and stuff. So I don't want to make it too much. Like I said, I just want a little bit of smoke here in the front. All right, and let's maybe do one. So you don't have to wear a name tag. I guess. So there you go. See that side? That side's popping. Cool. So then we'll just add some flare over here. The smoke chain. with the CreateX logo hooked into it. Something like that. All right. Cool. I'm digging that. Simple enough, good enough. And then let's just get this bottom. Get the bottom here. Hey, get the bottom there. There's the bottoms. And it's like, you gotta just be careful with this because it's really easy to overdo it. All right, that looks pretty good. Cool. So then I'm just gonna come back in with the black, and we're just gonna clean up any edges. That's the cool thing about working on a black shirt. You can just kind of clean up these edges. You can't do that on every colored shirt, but black's one of those colors. And you just go over some of those areas where I don't want it to stand out so much. I want it to blend in a little bit more. Kind of give it a little bit of black over it. you go. Not too crazy, but enough to get the point across. Let's try to peel it off here. You guys ready? Look. Ooh, 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 that boy look good. What's up, Breaker Leg? How's it going? There you go. What's up? Did I just say Breaker Leg FPV? Yeah. Did you spray anything on the shirt before you started painting like a booster? A booster? No. Why would I lay a booster? No, we're using Createx airbrush colors. You just spray them on a shirt. You press them afterwards. Last you forever. Simple. Simple and nice. And that'll just, that'll be up around here. Around my necks. But that'll kind of, lay us a precedent. And I also made sure to leave a nice little black edge all the way around, so that gives it a nice thing. To put some context over what I'm wearing. This is my hat that I'm going to be wearing with it. So this is my Createx hat. I also did the bottom here. So that's my hat. This is going to be my shirt. And that's what we're going to be wearing. I have my shades and my shorts and stuff. Alright, now on the back, let's get this set up here. Should be pretty straight on there. Okay. So on the back, I want some fire. I was thinking like green fire, but I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, I have this thing. So this is the Mike's Airbrush logo. And this is going to go across here. And across my shoulders. And then I have, the website and the state here. So I just want some fire to kind of go around. So when we lay this over, this will be bright white, and then everything else will be fire. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's the plan back here. Let's just get some nice fire on here. So a pretty good idea of how big I need to make this. Just I'm going to lay down some freehand base, and I'll come back in with the stencil, and we'll add in some color. And I know this kind of look like broken up leaves with these chunks, but before I lay down anything with the stencil, I like to give myself a nice little base to work around, and then I'll use the stencil alongside these edges and connect the area up. Uh, Building up the meat of the fire the way I like the meat. You know, building up the center area um, makes it super easy. Like now I have that. Now I could just come in and see like around this edge here and just bring the fire out from there. And I'm gonna build up these back areas first, and then I'll go back on those bright spots that I made. Again, we're just using t-shirt paint. This is not like wicked colors in this. I'm using the test batch, which actually I'm liking. It's flowing good. It's flowing nice. Yeah, like I was saying, we're going to be going up there to the Flying Piston Gnarly Magazine benefit. I have some artwork they're going to be auctioning off. They invited us to breakfast, so I was like, yo, free breakfast. I'm going. I'm going, man. I like free stuff. You said free breakfast. Shoot. Shoot. Don't invite me nothing free, man, because I'll be wanting the free stuff. Yeah, so they said, they'd be honored to have us. And here we are. But I can't just show up looking normal. I gotta have some cool shit. Yeah, like I said, though, I've never been to Sturgis, so it should be fun. My wife's excited to go. I'm excited to go. So we're going. Any of you guys know anybody that's going to be at Sturgis? Like artists or anything? I've been trying to keep an eye on like posts and stuff, but I haven't seen too many people post they're going to be there. McKeague is there? Yeah. Uh, I know Darren McKeague is going to be there. Mickey Harris is going to be there. And try to meet up with him. So I was thinking blue. Some blue fire. So I'm going to layer in some blue. And the cool thing about the Createx colors when you're doing the t-shirts, usually you run transparent colors. So when you're working on black like this, it's almost like working with candy colors. The same premise, you can lay something down and then you lay transparent paint over it and it'll give you that nice, those nice colors there. And so I'm going to just layer this in. I'm layering it in really light and then just kind of going over it. And then we're going to let this dry up for a second. And honestly, even just like that, it looks pretty good. But we're gonna go back and again just give it a little bit of depth. Uh, who else? Jeff Styles is gonna be there. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna try to get some pictures or stuff with people and try to post them for you guys. Again, if you want to see all that, make sure you follow us on like social media. I'll try to post some videos here too of any cool shit I see. Um, yeah, but hopefully, like I don't know. I don't know who else could be there. Maybe you guys can give me some pointers. Um, Especially anybody that uses Createx. I don't know why the camera does this either, but let me. There you go. I don't know why it like blows out the white to where the gray, like the black looks like freaking gray, and you can't even see the color. Now you can actually see the color. It's crazy. So yeah, oh yeah, let me get you guys the link to the event real quick. So there's a couple things going on. Um, Okay, so if you want to find out more about the event, as well as check out the auction and all that, you can check out that link right there, the Flying Piston Benefit. There's some of my pieces. There's a lot of skateboards from the Gnarly magazine. There's also a bunch of like unique items on there. Really cool shit. It all goes towards a really good cause. So you want to get yourself some cool shit, man? There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and go back and we can add a little bit of detail doing some highlight areas. Flames and skulls are still my favorite work you do. Yeah, I mean, it's what I have the most practice in. Not too many people getting fire these days, though. There used to, I mean, for a minute there, it was fire every day. Add fire to this, put fire on that. Nowadays, though, not so much. So I'm just doing some fire, and hopefully walking around Sturgis, somebody be like, "Ooh, fire! That was cool." You know. Yeah, and actually, this white is flowing pretty good. They like fire and shiny things. Yep. Well, the shiny things are already over there. Now I just need some fire. That there is a natural gas fire, yeah. It's gonna be on my back, so it's the natural gas in my ass, you know? Sorry, I'm stupid like that. You're painting with zero carbon emissions. Those morning after taco night, yep. Those are the ones. So I'm just giving it some highlights in some areas because we're going to go back and we're going to lay more blue over this. I don't want too much full white showing through because again that iron-on part is white, so we want it to contrast as much as possible. All right. I'm just going to lay some more blue over it. So what that's going to do is going to darken up the blues that we laid originally, and then it's going to turn the white that we just laid down into a nice lighter blue. All right, look at that. So the camera does its best to pick it up, but that looks pretty good. There you go. So it's the fire stencil off the mikesairbrush.com. If you go to mikesairbrush.com, it's the fire stencil we got on there. So again, I'm just going to take some black and I'm just going to run it all along the edge here to just kind of clean it up. There you go. And then we're going to add boy. So that fire will just be behind there. It's going to look pretty good. Probably put that right in the middle right there. And then I have the, let's stay. Oh, it fell. So something like this. And we'll get it pressed on in a minute. I'm just trying to look at it, make sure we got it down. I think I like it. I think it'll work. I think it'll look good. So anyway, that's my shirt. Get this off the board. And my wife's going with me too. That actually looks pretty good. Okay. So she wants the devil heart. And we have the stencil cut out over there. What the hell am I supposed to set this up? What is this? Woman shirt. That's what it is. It's a woman shirt. Can never be something simple. Can never be something simple. Anyway, we're gonna do this. Kind of same thing. She wants it's a little devil heart. This. And then again, we're just gonna add a little bit of fire going around it. Nothing too crazy. Let me go get the spray adhesive for this real quick. Alright, I also went and got myself a water, so was thirsty. Right on, Brian Keller. Thank you for stopping in. Good luck in your painting adventures. Alright, so we have this one here. And I'm just going to stick it on here temporarily real quick. This one is more of a process. Get you guys a good view here. So we first have to mark off where this heart is going to be going. So we're just going to lightly kind of go around. Bam. Now we know where the stencil is going to lay. And because it's a black shirt, we have to lay down white. So join me in the fun adventure of layering down the white before we can layer down color. You wear like a bandana? No, I have a hat. I'll be wearing my hat. See my hat? I have a Createx hat. It's all fired out. Fire with skulls. That's what I'm going to be wearing. Here at the end of the stream. At the end of the stream, I'll put on my shirt, my hat. Once I finish making it. So I'm just trying to get this area nice and white. It might take a few passes covering up black, no matter what kind of paint you use. You're going to take a couple passes, few passes. Do you ever own a house and it's like somebody suggests you should paint a wall black or any type of dark color? Just tell them to fuck off. Tell them, no, I'm good on the black wall, man. You do you. I'm not painting no black wall. Because, yeah, you getting it back to white, like white is like hard. And then especially on the shirt, you see the paint is soaking in, so you can see it already kind of is graying out. So we gotta just let it dry a little bit. There's really nothing we could do. I could hit it with the blow dryer, but I think it's outside. Beautiful freehand and nice cart. Yeah, thank you. This one is Super Lemon Haze. This is the Dab Heads brand. There's the cheapest ones they got here. I used to like the oil brand because they used to have the 4-packs, and I used to buy the 4-packs, but now they don't sell them no more. So now it's on the Dab Heads. Yeah, it's been hot. I have to go and work on the truck here in a minute after I'm done doing all this. So I'm not looking forward to it. At least it's in the garage, so it's not too bad, but still hot. I haven't been spending any time. Like, I want to go fishing, but it's been so hot that I don't want to, like, it's okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till the day is nice. Is that a hookah pen? It's a vape pen. It's like a dab pen. It's a marijuana vape pen. You can see there the second pass. It's getting a little brighter. It's still going to dull up as it kind of soaks in. But you can see it already. It starts looking brighter. And we're probably going to do a third pass. And then we're going to lay the stencil back in. And we're going to focus on the background while this white kind of dries in real good. What's up, Brandon? Right on, right on. I'm glad I could help. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry for a sec. Then we're going to lay the stencil back on. I'm going to give it one more pass. And we'll lay the stencil on. Now when we come back and lay the color on here, it'll be real good. And what I can say about this white is it's getting really bright. You can see that. So I am digging that. I haven't felt like I need the blow dryer right off the bat, and it's drying pretty quick. Usually when you start layering in the paint like this, the shirt starts getting really wet. But this is actually Real nice. Look at how bright that is. Holy shit. Alright. Now I'm just gonna re-stick the stencil back on here. So I'm gonna get some spray adhesive on here. Do this. Yeah, now it's a little bit wet, so I'm gonna give it just a sec. It helps that we have the fan going today too, so give it one quick second. Good. Clear coat and a big lighter. What? That sounds like a good dangerous mix there. And so the wife said she wants blue and purple fire coming off of here, so I'm just gonna kind of go ahead. Do the watermelon crawl? Mike's lady don't let him use a lighter. That's why he has a vape pen. Actually, it's just the only reason I like the vape pen more than like just regular weed is just the ease of convenience and the lack of smell. So I went far too many times in my life where just smelling like weed got me in trouble. So now not smelling like weed is a big plus. Um, and it's just kind of like cigarettes. Where people that smoke cigarettes, they don't know the smell they carry, but everybody that doesn't smoke cigarettes smells that shit from a mile away. Same thing with weed. So I don't like smelling like a pothead everywhere I go. So most people, when they meet me, they don't know that I'm already like, 20 dab hits in. And they talking to me And I'm just looking at their lips moving. you know, um, and I like that. I don't like everybody knowing. Simple as that. Like, I tell my wife this all the time. It's like the 420 rally, right? They still do those. The 420 rallies. And I always tell my wife, like, why are people still out there at the fucking 420 rally? We already got legal weed. What are they out there doing now? I used to do the 420 rallies when we were still fighting for weed. And back then, it was like, where is all the people, right? But now people are out there because there's a concert and there's this going on. It's like, man, we was out there for our rights, boy. Weed is our right, you know. And now people are out there. There's a show. It's the 420 rally. Yeah. It's like, nah, nah. You can miss me with all that. That ain't me. And the same thing with the weed. It's like, I don't need to go smelling like weed everywhere. Now, if you like smelling like weed, if you like the weed smell, that's on you. And yeah, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Just not me. Not me. I'm already brown. I already have tattoos. I don't need the added looks the weed brings. Already people look at me like I'm some sort of criminal. I don't need the added, you know, spike. Just me. Just me. Yeah, some people walk around really, really, and some weed for sure, like it'll stick on you. You'll walk around for days smelling like weed. So I'm using the fluorescent purple here. We're gonna let that dry for a sec. Then we're gonna give it another coat of fluorescent purple. Because the fluorescent stuff, I mean, they're super transparent when it comes to the fluorescents. So you can see, like on the stencil, man, you could really see the purple, but like on the fire, eh. And that's just from the fluorescent, inherently. It is what it is. So yeah, the fire hat is my hat, and then my wife's hat is this. She said she just wanted paint splatters all over it. So that's what we got. And then, you know, so she'll be wearing this with this. And then we also have some stuff to put on the back of hers. We're not going to be doing no airbrushing on the back though. Just the iron on bits. She's special, you know? She's a special girl. All right. So I'm gonna let that dry for a sec, and then we're gonna do another layer of white. But while that's drying, I'm just gonna take the regular purple blinker checkpoint. And then these darker bits, I'm just gonna lay the purple here, and that's gonna really deepen it. And it's gonna give the fire a glow when we lay in the next layer. Just to get the colors just right, you know. Just gonna go back with the blue and just hit the edges real quick, just so we can get it to really pop. Alright, now we're gonna let it dry. We gotta let it dry for a sec. You can see there the base that we have going looks pretty good. Give it a second. Give it a second to marinate, guys. As it should be. Yes, always. So I do have the negative stencil of this too, so we might use the negative to go back and make sure we don't get any overspray on the fire, because that's going to be the biggest challenge once we go back to work on the heart. But we have most of the heart already whited out, you know, so we don't have to spray too much. But again, we don't want to get no overspray. We want to keep it nice and crisp. So that's where we use the stencil and a nice like shield. Is because you can do it freehand and get it all nice and crispy, but the amount of time you're going to take to just do that is just retarded, when you could just use a nice little cutout and it'll save you so much time. And we just want to make sure we're completely dry before we start layering in more white. Woo! All right, and then here once we start working on the heart, I'll start warming up the press here, and maybe I'll move it over here so I could kind of, once we get ready to press them, I could show you guys, move the camera around. That's still wet. What's been your biggest obstacle or difficulty throughout your 20+ year airbrush journey? The biggest obstacle is bills. Bills, man. Always bills. Um, you know, I actually, like, as far as far as artwork goes, it's just getting more customers. Always. You know, everybody always just wishes they had more work, and that's me. I just wish I had more work. So finding customers is always the hardest part, I think, for anybody. Um, so like, yeah, if I had more customers, it'd be easier to pay bills. If I had more customers, I'd be painting more cool shit. Which, like, that's ultimately my goal, is to just paint cool shit. Like, if you have something cool you want painted, like I want to paint it. Like, what are we painting? Right? It's cool. You got a motorcycle, you got a hat, a helmet, whatever, but you want to put something cool on it. You know, I want to be involved. But that's the hardest part, is finding those people that want cool shit done. Um, you know, they don't always know how to find you, so that's the hardest part, is being able to connect with people. It's easier nowadays, but it's also harder because, like, social media is good now, but once you're pushed to the bottom, or like, somebody else gets more popular, like, it's hard for you to get pushed up for that level. And that's just how the algorithms work. Everybody says like, no, you could do it, like, yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that, like, behind the scenes, that you really don't have control over. um, So everybody just tries their best, but like, yeah, like just finding customers. What failure has brought you information that brought you further and you learned from? I don't know. I can't really failure. Um, I don't know so much as failure, but like learning business stuff has been the biggest thing that I've like had to learn. Because like I'm good at painting, right? I could paint you whatever you want, but the business side of things is always just like a big slog for me. You know, I'm not the smoothest talker. I'm not like I'm not that guy that's like that. I just want to paint, like I said. So having to learn business stuff is always like a big thing. And I failed, at business stuff a lot. But a lot of stuff has to do with me just wanting to keep stuff simple. And corporate world always likes to complicate things, and so I don't like complications. When you start making stuff complicated, and it's like, yeah, I really don't like it. Right? It's like, to me, stuff is easy, so when you start making it hard, it's like, why are we doing these dance arounds? Just be real and honest with me and tell me what you want, and I'll tell you if I can make it happen. And I'll tell you how much it costs, and then you just pay me. If you're like, oh, paying you is this big runaround, and you gotta do this and do that, and it's like, bro, just like I could send you an invoice, you just pay it. Oh, that's not the way we do business. It's like, oh, well, forget it, man. If you can't just pay me, like that's yeah. So yeah, so the biggest stuff has always been business and the business end of stuff. Like I have a perfect example I could give you right now about a business, and I'm not going to say the company name, but there's a big company wanted us to do some work for them. They're having some events going on, and the employees of the place were 1,000% like, yeah, no, we want you. Like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna, promote the whole thing. Blah blah. Right? Okay, cool. Well, this is what you want. This is how much it costs. Okay, cool. Send me an invoice. Send the invoice, and then it gets to the person that has to pay it. And then they want to change the rules at that point. And it's just like, no, man, like we already agreed. Like this is what it is. This is how I take payment. Like, it's just a simple, like just pay the thing, and we'll be at the event doing what you ask. Oh well, it's our policy. Oh well, shit. That sucks for you because now I'm not gonna do your event. Right? So like, I like, yeah. There's, yeah. Now a lot of companies, are easy, super easy to work with. You send an invoice, they say, okay, that's cool. You know, maybe they send a contract, maybe they send an NDA, something like that, and then we get those signed over and sent back. But like when it comes to payment, some companies are really weird, and yeah. But one thing I've learned is don't do it without getting paid, because there's companies that will leave you without payment. So that's my biggest thing, is I don't trust any of the companies because yeah, we've been left without payment before, and that's worse than anything. What's up, Rulo? How's it going? And like it's a huge company. It's not like a little company, okay? So it's strange to me. All right. So now we're gonna just lay some more color over this. I'm gonna start with the fluorescent purple again. Cachamete herbs, yeah, from me. When you're doing those wide details like you are now, what PSI are you at? So typically when I'm working on shirts, I'm at 40 PSI. That's where I'm at right now. It's like 42. It drops to like 40 when I'm spraying. I usually don't like to go any higher than that because you start blowing paint through the shirt instead of laying it onto the fibers. And like you see this stuff on the board, right? Like that's the board is catching everything you're blowing through, which is going to happen when you're spraying on a shirt regardless. But if you have really high PSI, you're going to be blowing through more paint than you're actually applying. So it's this balance of making sure that the paint lands on the shirt and doesn't just go through the shirt. Right? It's hard to explain that to somebody, but if take it for yourself, like take a shirt and then, just take one side of the shirt, like not both sides, but like put it on, just stretch it out and then blow your airbrush through it sideways like this. So this is the shirt and you blow paint through it, and you'll see that a bunch of the paint just blows through the shirt. And if your PSI is too high, it'll just go right through the shirt. So you don't want that. You want the paint to actually stay on the shirt. You definitely want to go in the fibers in between, but you don't want it to go all the way through all the time. So I always keep it at about 40. And for me, that works pretty good. Um, I don't have any problem spraying at 40 psi. That's what works. That's what we spray every weekend. What I spray at every event. What I'm spraying right now is 40 psi. And that's for Createx, the original airbrush Createx. And it works really good for just straight out of the bottle. No extra reducer or nothing like that. Just straight out of the bottle. I know people who take care of past these K problems. Like what? What are you, what are you talking about? So now I'm using the fluorescent blue instead of the regular blue. Just kind of go in here and give this a little bit of a like the transition colors. So it's not just purple. I'm giving it a little bit of depth. And I'm not going to go back and do the final white highlights. On this, I can do bright white highlights, but I'm going to wait to the end once I have the heart done so that that's all good. What I am going to do, though, is just go with the black and just clean up the edge. And that's going to, again, bring out the fire because all this little bit of overspray, it's just a tiny bit. Get rid of that and it'll give it more flow. Boom. So we're going to show you guys. See that? Pretty good. And peel this off now. Cool. I'm going to get the negative side. This will just make it so much easier if we just put this back on here like so. And then we could tape that off. It's just when you go in and do some white, even the purple there is barely coming across in the video. Oh yeah, no, I have a filter for the microphone. Otherwise, that's all you would hear is just the air pressure constantly. And like over loud. But that's not good to watch, so I have a nice filter on the mic so that you guys don't hear that. And then the microphone is like right at the edge of the board. So the closer I get to the board, the less you will hear. Because it's going to block the sound out. It's a little bit of camera action, man. I put off an amateur attitude, but I know what I'm doing. I solved the important bits, which is the sound and the video. Get a good video, give it decent sound, and hey, that's good enough for me, man. When I was growing up, if I would have had YouTube, good enough sound, good enough video, that'd have been good. We didn't have that, man. We had a magazine that I had to, memorize the pages because I didn't know, I didn't have money to buy it. I wasn't about to spend money on it. It was my thing. I'm just an artist, man. I'm not no YouTuber, man. I ain't got no fancy soundboards and shit, man. I'm just the guy who paints. I like to paint cool shit, and that's about it. That's about it. If you would have told me when I started doing YouTube that I had to get some kind of software engineering degree in order to make this work, I would have just been like, oh, for real? I didn't know that. Let me just not do this. But it literally feels like you have to have so many technical skills. And at some point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to just having fun. And I'm having fun. Just like your airbrush is talent secrets. Yep. guys, at 60, I have been trying to lower the PSI to get better control. Yeah, at 60, I just feel like, yeah, you start blowing the paint through, and it's like a trade-off, right? Because you can get a little bit finer lines, just a little bit finer lines, if you turn up the air pressure. So it's tempting, I get it. But at the same time, you're trying to paint a face. If it wasn't for that part, for sure, I'd be like, turn up the pressure as high as you can. But at the end of the day, you're trying to get a shirt painted, and that's not the best way to apply the paint, in my opinion. I'll say that, in my opinion, before somebody comes out here and goes, no, such and such said. It's like, okay, if that's what they said, good for them. What I'm saying is that that's not the best way to apply paint. And even at 40, I mean, I wish I could lower it a little bit more, just so that I got even less flow through and less wetness. But any lower, and I feel like the paint doesn't flow right. And the sweet spot is like 40 to 50. So that's why 40 is the best. The other side of it too, if your equipment, blowing 60 psi constantly requires a lot huger and more powerful compressors than just blowing 40 the whole time. The cubic foot that you're going to be spraying per second increases dramatically. It's almost twice, right? Because it's like 50% more or 75% more cubic foot of air you have to push through in order to have a good pull on the airbrush paint and everything like that. So it's like your compressor is working almost twice as hard when you up the pressure. So I know a lot of guys always like, oh, what compressor? Like they have issues with the compressor, and a lot of them is because they have their air pressure set so high that it's just like, man, like you're already starting off like by setting yourself up for failure because it's gonna take so long. Like you're so much, air pressure. Like it's yeah. I remember I am in the room in the house. This is the room in the house right now. When you move to the garage is still there. We still use the garage for all the big projects and spraying clear and everything like that. It's still there. We just haven't had much big stuff lately, to be quite honest with you. Okay. So I'm just going to start off with a little, she wants this to be pink. So I'm going to start with a little bit of fuchsia. And then on black like this, and when I want the colors to last, right? When I know she's going to want to wear this shirt multiple times, there's a little thing I like to do just to make sure we get the paint to give us the most lasting type of effect. You can already see I've been doing multiple layers of white and colors, and that's all good. So when it comes to making it last, I'm going to lay this pink, then I'm going to lay some white over it and go back and lay the pink again so that you reinforce the layer. It's kind of redundant, but it helps them so much after wash after wash. A lot of people forget that you're gonna have to wash this. This is not like a you airbrush a tank or something like that. You just put some clear over it, and then technically the paint never gets touched because the clear coat's in the way. As long as you use a good clear coat, you're good. On this, the create touch colors, like that is what is going to get washed. So the more kind of coats you kind of give it, when you press it, it'll seal all those coats in together, and it'll give it a nice little durability. The colors, you know, instead of fading off, it'll just fade to the color underneath. You know, it just ensures the longevity of the design. You see, anywhere you want it to be really bright, like, you know, so I'm just making sure to hit all the highlight areas and bring those areas back out. Then I'm going to go back in with the fuchsia again, and we're just going to hit those areas in the second round of fuchsia. And the other reason I want it to be extra bright is because we're going to use hot pink on this thing. Just a little bit of fuchsia, don't need too much. Alright, now I'm going to grab the hot pink. I'm going to layer it over the whole thing. I'm going to go over the whole thing with it. Hopefully you can hear me talk over the airbrushing pretty good. Can you airbrush my dog? Yep. Yep. You need to go back on our past videos. I've done a couple of my dogs that passed. The ink is almost empty, so I'm just trying to get what's left in the bottle there. Come on. I don't want to have to put more though. So it's nice hot pink. I'm gonna blow some air on it just to let it dry. Fuchsia. It's just a fun word to say for real. Use the fluorescent pink with the fuchsia. Looks pretty good. Alright, so now I'm just going to take some purple. We're going to lay in some, just some edges here. we go. Cool. So then I'm going to peel it off. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So now all I want to do is add just a little bit of white highlights. Do you have a tutorial on making stencils? No. And actually, I'm going to just give it a second and let it completely dry before I try to lay some white highlights, because I just don't want to blow out the color, unexpectedly. Especially with how good and crisp it looks right now. I don't want to do anything to mess it up. Perfect. All right. Now I'm just going to add just a little bit of highlights on the fire. Nothing crazy. think that looks pretty good. I don't want to overdo it. All right. Get you guys close. Let me see. It's pretty nice up close. So up close you can really see the glow to the fire. Cool. And then, you know, it's about two hands worth. Not bad. On a t-shirt, on a tank top shirt. It has that corduroy pattern too. Alright, let me move this press real quick, and then we'll get this stuff pressed on here and show you guys what it looks like. Best way to plug this in. Okay, you gotta give this a second to warm up. And I'll start prepping up the first shirt, putting it in place. How interesting this next part's going to be, but we're going to be pressing some shit. Let me turn the focus back on. I'm just hoping it's as straight as I can get it. Go. It's gonna be good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Oh, what happened to the camera? Oh, Jesus. Oh, never mind. I'm just dumb. I was just looking at the video of my back over there. Yeah, as straight as I could get it with both eyes open, for sure. Good enough for who it's for. I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to see what it looks like with the lettering on there. So we gotta wait for this thing to warm up to 300 degrees. I'm hoping the wife shows up with some food. Because after this, I'm gonna have some lunch. Then I gotta go maintenance the truck, make sure it's all good for our trip up to Sturgis. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. We head out on Saturday morning. Use your good eye. I tried. I tried my best. It's at 200. We're almost there. Almost there. The anticipation is killing me. All this for a shirt I'm going to wear one time. I'm going to wear it one day at Sturgis. Wear it, enjoy it, have a good day. Hopefully it doesn't get ruined. And then the rest of the time it'll get washed, it'll get put away. And then I won't want to wear it because I'll be like, that was my Sturgis shirt. And if I wear it, it's going to get ruined. And yeah, I have lots of shirts like that. So like this is my Hogs and Heifers shirt from their panel jam. In honoring Gene Winfield right there, 2025. All that good jazz. I'm afraid to wear it because I'll get a stain on it and then it'll be ruined. How many of y'all have a Candy 2.0 shirt? It's brand new. I haven't worn it. Actually, I have a couple Createx color shirts right now. They're both size large, brand new in the packs. I just have stuff. 300 for how long? I usually do 50 seconds, so this is set to 50 seconds. If I really want the shirt to last, I'll do the 50 seconds, lift it up, let it the steam come off of it, and then do another 50 seconds. If you're using more than 300 degrees, you risk burning the shirt, just letting you know. I used to do 350 for 30 seconds, but and that works really good. 350 for 30 seconds works really good. The problem is if you forget to lift it when it's at 350 and it goes for 40 seconds, 50 seconds, for a minute, you're going to have a big old brown mark going around. So 300 is where it's at. And that way you can press it for a little bit longer and it really seals in that paint. It seals in. When I say it seals in the paint, all right. So we're going to do 30 seconds. Then I'm going to peel off that plastic for the press-ons, and then we'll go full 50 on it. Sing us a song? I don't know any songs. I really don't know any songs. Sing, please. Oh, shit, I went too long. Okay. Sorry, we'll let it cool off for a second. See, you guys distracted me. It's all right, though. I'm a little teacup, short and stout. I'll pay to hear you. There you go. It's like, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Made of plastic. Life's fantastic. You can touch my hair, undress me anywhere. I actually need to just move it over so we can press this side as well. Got to make sure I get all the airbrushing pressed too, so. Looks legit. We'll check it in a second. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I press it all the way. I still got to press the front too, so. Thomas Thompson with the $20. Yeah. Telling you, I'm the greatest Barbie girl, baby. You guys are funny. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. Mr. Thomas Thompson, you rock. All right. Let me just press the front real quick. What's up, Poco Kaya Customs? Poco. Poco Cove. Poco Cove. Come on, Bobby, let's go party. Yeah, too many weekends at the flea market with music on, man. That's the song that sticks to my head. That and oh, it's a Gangnam Style. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's a Gangnam Style. It's like too much of that. All right. Cool. So I'll show you guys this one, and that's pretty much it. The wife just pulled up. I'll get the rest of this pressed up. Not really that entertaining to watch me press some shit, but I'll put this on. I'll model it for you guys. You know, give you some of that Barbie flavor, and then yeah. Let me turn the camera over here. That sucker's hot. It's hot. Oh boy, that's hot. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's warm. All right, hold on. Let me fix this camera real quick. Um, all right. So that's the front right there. Try to like, there you go. Ah! And then like this is the back. Pretty cool. What do you think? I like it. I dig it. It's just enough to where like if you have a Createx shirt, it ain't like mine. Guaranteed your Createx shirt ain't like mine, boy. Get out of here. Get your what? Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Gonna go ahead. We're gonna finish pressing all this up. Check social media if you want to see all this outfit put together. And we'll see you guys at Sturgis. Catch you guys next time. Might have some projects laying around. Get you guys live on it. And thanks for watching. Catch y'all later.